Hello, all my Final Fantasy XIV beautiful souls out there. Um, Aqua back at it again with another video. I'm here to just quickly, again, if you guys have happened to have tuned into my last Friday stream, we were covering 6.2's live letter. We officially got a release date. 6.2 will be released August 23rd, 2022, which is a Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, I believe. So, I tried to get this video out as quick as to you guys as possible. So, here it is. We are going to be quickly going through what to prep for 6.2. Now, keep in mind, again, there are several Final Fantasy XIV YouTubers who have already gotten videos out for, like, I guess you can say, like, like a week span for you to prep and such. But I was a bit late. That's because, again, if you tuned into my last stream on Friday when we were covering live letter on Twitch, I, believe it or not, mentioned that I was moving. We did move. Me and my other half, we did move. We're in a new location. I'm not fully set up on the whole living area yet, but I did happen to get my computers and such streamed up, set up, so I can go ahead and stream for you guys. I do plan on going back to a normal, regular streaming schedule. The stream schedule is on Twitch, so don't forget to give that a check out. And this whole video will be the premise of collecting for what you need to prep for 6.2's release. So, let's go. Okay, so what you guys want to do for first setup, for getting it done, get the Moguls out of the way. Get the new Moogle Tombstone event out of the way, because once 6.2 hits, this will be gone. We don't know when we'll be receiving another Moogle Treasure Trove. They usually like to throw this out spontaneously to have people get like certain items that they're missing and such. I would suggest get this done as quick as possible. If you can get this done and bust it out by the weekend, in preparation for what other things to prep for, I would say bust it out. The Demon Brick Earring is the main prize to the Moogle Treasure Trove event. As you can see, I do have one. I'm currently working on the rest, because I do, like, honestly, for me personally, I'm missing one specific mount, which I was actually surprised that I was. It's the Bomb Palanquin mount horn. That's the only thing I'm actually aiming for right now. I'm only 10 away, but once that's done, I don't need anything else here. I don't need the writing maps. I don't need the special maps. I already have them. What I usually like to do with the Moogle Treasure Trove is just bust out trying to get at least maybe 200. That's mainly because I'm just not a perfectionist, but I like to get the MGP Platinum cards because they are only 30 a piece. So think about it. You rack up another 100, 30, 30, 30, you automatically get, what was it? 150,000 MGP. If you can rack up like a very, very good amount of the Moogle Treasure Trove tomes, you can get a good amount of items. Of course, you can get like the mounts from level 50, the mounts from level 60, and I believe the most spotted highlighted mount for the event is the Lunar Kamui Fife, which is the Tsukuyomi mount. The Tsukuyomi mount is a doggo. If you play Stormblood's content, Stormblood's EX trials have doggos that have a glowing aura from that trial around them. It's like a flaming aura. But the Lunar Kamui Fife is from Tsukuyomi Extreme. A lot of people don't like doing Tsukuyomi Extreme because of specific mechanics that need to be followed. But yeah, it is a pain in the butt to get. But if you do the Moogle Treasure Trove, you have the chance of getting this. The next one is the Ufidi horn, which is a giant gorilla. Last I remember, I think this was obtainable. Don't quote me on it. I think it was from Ishgar Restoration. So if you haven't been able to retrieve that, you can get it here. But these are basically the top three things that everyone want, which is the Ufidi horn, the Lunar Kamui file, and the Demon Brick Earrings. Demon Brick Earrings do not have any special effects. It's literally just an aesthetic glamour purpose. It's, it's just to have that achievement, like, I got it. But that's definitely the next thing to aim for, is the Moogle Treasure Trove event. Get that done. I don't know if patch will be like for a 12-hour maintenance or a 24-hour maintenance, but I would say try to bust it out as quick as you can by today, Saturday, and Sunday, and just get what you gotta get. Now for the next thing, what you want to focus on right after Moogle Tomes is what I would suggest, honestly, is the first main thing. Get your tomes done. Get your battle class tomes at max. Poetics is very easy to max out. Try to get at least 2k of Allegan Tome of Aphorism. Aphorism is actually the first tome that we've ever gotten, but with 6.2 being implemented, we are losing this tome, and Tome of Astronomy will be taking its place. You might be asking yourself, where can we get, there's a new tome coming out. The tome that will be coming out, you will see replace the Astronomy. So basically, Astronomy will be where Aphorism is, and the new tome will be where Astronomy is. The reason why I say to max out the tomes of Aphorism is because once you max these out, and because it's disappearing, you can go to a specific NPC and turn these in. I think for 2,000 you can get 500 of the new tome, or I think it's 500 of Astronomy, which will be perfect because we don't know what items are coming to the new patch. As for gear and such, we already know this. We already know if you come to Thavnir, which is where I'm located, we have the Tomestone Exchange vendors here. Now, again, I don't know what the item levels of some of the gear will be, but the thing is, you come to this location. It is Thavnir, X10.9, Y10.3. Come to this location, and you will get the new new tome gear, and there is a possibility of some of these battle tomes having certain items to actually obtain. So try to max out as quick as you can. As you see, I will sadly not be done with Allegan Tomes Tome of Astronomy. I'm trying. I tried very hard. I was hoping to at least get a little bit over 1,500. But as you can see, I will just need 20 more tomes for the week, and I'm only going to be at like 1250, roughly, like 1245. So, but if you can get everything maxed out at 2,000, that's amazing. Kudos to you. I was a bit late because, again, moving back and forth, I couldn't really get on the game as a norm. But again, make sure you guys have the tomes maxed out. Because the Allegan tomes are basically your bread and butter when it comes to gear in this game, items. So max out on that. Alrighty, now for the next thing you guys want to do, and honestly, I feel personally this is the most important. If you are a gatherer or a crafter, in this sense, gathering, it would be miner, botanist, and fisher, and crafters, which, there's so many of them. Let's quickly just review that. Okay, so DOH for short is Disciple of Hand, while DOL is Disciple of Land for short. As you can see, I have all the crafters to 90. I have all gatherers to 90, but what you really want to aim for are the gathering and crafting purple and white scripts. You want to max those out because we don't know what items are going to be available that you need these scripts. Now, there are several ways to go about getting these scripts and maxing them out. If you know Thavnir, you can come to the collectible appraiser and check what items they're looking for you to craft up, what items they're looking for you to gather. As you can see, all the crafters are specific. As for, minor, the white gathering scripts and crafting scripts are the most difficult to get because they're lower, and, you just got to, again, farm them out. Turn as many as you can in, go back, do it, rinse and repeat. But as you guys can see and all well know, Fisher gives the most out of the gathering scripts. Purple especially. But I would say max out on the gathering and crafting scripts. Because if you look here, I'm maxed out on white crafting script. I'm maxed out on purple crafting script. Yellow doesn't exist. White gathering scripts, I was already maxed out on white gathering scripts, but I have to, sit and actually farm for like a good, maybe, I would say roughly about maybe 2 or 3 at most hours just so you can be maxed. Because again, say for example, if I wanted to go and do this as Fisher, I would have to go and farm. Let's see what gives the most. Forge Flame. Forge Flame and, excuse me, hold on. Forge Flame and Fleeting Brand. So as you can see, like, it gives 54, then the other one gives 41, then 40. You want to try to max out as quickly as possible on the scripts, because let me just go right over here to show you guys. The script exchanger is going to be your bread and butter for what we need for 6.2. For the battle crafting gear that's coming out, there's possibly new weapons to be out. There's possibly brand new, complete brand new selection of things. So let me just quickly show you guys. What are we on? Crafters. Okay, we're going to go to... These are all... Yeah, this is all gear. This you don't necessarily need because new stuff will be coming out. If you do want to aim for that gear specifically, go for it. I mean, if you can do it. Okay, go to materials. 90. Okay. Now, these are the items you want to also stock up on. If you happen to have enough scripts, gathering and crafting, and, you know, you can go ahead and max more out, then go for it. But what I would suggest is stock up on these specific items. The purple gathering script, the purple crafting script and materials. Try to get as much of these as possible into your retainers, put them away, because we don't know if these are going to be necessary along with the new stuff. So try to bust these out as quick as you can, and try to, like, you know, honestly, these items are very worth it. I've stocked up already really enough, in my opinion. I've stocked up on a lot of these. But again, I don't know what's going to be necessary for new patch, so keep an eye out. As for gathering scripts, now, these are the most important things to crafting when it comes to like latest patches or latest content. You want these ether sands. Now, as a person who has been gathering for almost 10 straight years, do not buy these ether sands. The reason why I say do not buy these ether sands is because you can go and gather these ether sands at specific nodes. If you can go and gather these specific sands at specific nodes, you can ethereal reduction them, and if you get the right amount, you can actually get a sand. So there's no point to spend 200 on the sands plus the 100 on the moonlight just to go ahead and get what you need for crafting. Because if you look really quickly, I can just show you in the, I think it's crafting log. Yeah, crafting log. If you look at the newest stuff, as you see, the current stuff, until we get a patch, you see it's the end stone, it's the end tide, and, you know, all these ether sands you need for the crafting. But again, do not buy any of those sands from this vendor. This one right here. Do not. Mainly, like I said, if you don't know how to do ethereal reduction, you could definitely Google it. It's much simplified now than it was back then. But I highly advise just don't buy any sands from this vendor, because you can just go gather them and actually collect more and get more bang for your buck instead of spending your hard-earned scripts on sands. Just go and gather them. So honestly, that's the next thing. Max out on your white and purple crafting and gathering scripts. Now, the next thing you want to aim for, speaking of gatherers, is honestly gather as many of the folklore items as you can. Because, again, we don't know if these items are going to be necessary. But, again, if you overstock and say, for example, we don't need them, you can just throw them up on the market board, make a quick buck. But, again, gather everything as possible from these areas. As you see, I didn't finish the raw Elben Amberite. But, again, gather as many of these items, especially waters. If you can gather as many waters, because a lot of water is used for, like, alchemist, culinarian. If you can, you know, bust a lot of these out to receive, like, say, I would say roughly to gather at least 200 to 300 each of these items so that you have them. If, like I said, if you can't or you don't happen to have the time to get these out, you're going to be paying a pretty, pretty penny for on the market board. And a lot of people, I suggest, do not want to do that, or I believe don't want to do that. So do the best you can into collecting these. Now, as you see, there are specific ones. Now, for minor, there's gold and silver. So what we want, like, see, when we go to the silver, which is the rarer stuff, you want to collect these two items, to botanist, collectibles we don't need right now. As you see from the regional folklore, potent spice, Mapasang log. Like I said, try to stock up on at least 300 each of these items because, again, we don't know what's going to be implemented fully. So it's better to have all of these behind you. Like, see, like double edge herb. I didn't go and get that yet. But if you go and collect at least 200 or 300 of these items, you will be good for crafting. And who says, if you don't need them, you can make a quick buck on the market board. Why not? But as for Fisher, it's up to you. If you are a 100% Fisher, you can go and collect, specific rare fish and, display them or, show them off, or you can sell them on the market board because sometimes fishing is hit and miss with market board, depending on your server. But there are some fish that you can especially go out and get. Like, for example, like I described before about like the N-Tide ether sand, which is the blue sand. That sand is specifically locked to Fisher. You have to go and find a very specific fish in order to ethereal reduct it. But again, try to stock up at least 200 to 300 of these items because it does help. And again, you don't need them. Throw them up on the market board, baby. Why not? And of course, last but never least, have your character look like a badass motherfucker. I'm just saying. I went ahead and decided on this glam to, because I'm a person that enjoys this game for story. I love how deep the immersion to the story is. I love how deep the character development is, especially for what's to come in 6.2. And as you guys see, I have the Wayward Tabard on, which the body piece is the item we received in 6.1, titled A Newfound Adventure. I wanted to specifically wear this top because it's the only one I actually enjoyed out of the set, besides the jewelry. And I want to go into the new patch, new story. I like to always age my character in a sense, like they've been through a few battles, they've gone through a few things, they've actually gone through an adventure. And I like to have Aqua always look like a badass whenever she's going into a new patch. Whenever she's going to be driving herself into a new story, I would highly prefer for her to look like a badass. As you see, my Matteon minion is in the way. But I'm very happy and pleased with how this outfit turned out to be. And again, it's just how I like Aqua to look for a new patch, a new story. Just to have, I guess you could say, a few months or a year, like span that you see like there's a change. That's just me for the immersion aspect. But step number 5, make your character look like a badass. Okay, so now that we've gone through what I feel are the things that you necessarily need to prep for, let's quickly go down the list. Number 1, get the Mogul Treasure Trove out of the way. Get whatever items you're missing because once 6.2 hits, it is gone. Number 2, get your battle tomes done. If you can't max them out to 2,000, then that's fine, but try to bust out at least the cap for the 450 to 450 for the week. You can literally bust it out during the weekend, get it out of the way. Number 3, get gathering and crafting Disciple of Hand and Disciple of Land gathering and crafting yellow, white and purple scripts out of the way. Because, like I said before, we don't know what items are going to be necessarily needed for the new crafts. So it's always good to max everything out. Step 4, gathering nodes. You want to go ahead and get as many gathering nodes as possible. Like I said, the range you want to aim between is 200 to 300, just so that you're comfortable in having items if you do know how to craft. And step 5, without a doubt, just seriously make your character look like a badass. If you like story immersion, if you like getting into, actual roleplay, but just, with yourself, with, just story, to make your character and cutscenes look like a badass, then, go for glamour. Go for that glamour that is going to make your character look like a badass and give off those vibes as a full-on adventurer. Well, guys, I hope you find the 6.2 prep on my end to be as helpful as it could be. Leave a comment down below. Let me know that you found this a little bit helpful. Sorry it's kind of rushed, and I could have gone into a lot more detail and a lot more of the specifics, but it's what Google is for, not in a bad way. But I am trying to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible. I tried to get this video out last week, but I hope you guys appreciate what I was able to offer, and I hope you guys, can give a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe either. I'm gonna be, now that I'm getting a lot more settled in my apartment, now that I'm a lot more set up, I can actually do a lot more things for you guys. So let me know down below what you guys are looking forward to in 6.2. I'm looking forward to Island Sanctuary. It's like Animal Crossing meets Pokemon. So I'm very excited for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a good one. Don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. And share the video. Thank you, guys.